Today I will guide you through a slow flow Vinyasa practice. The first part of the practice we will do some sun salutations and some standing poses in which we strengthen the body, we lengthen, we stretch, and we will open the body. And we're going to use that opening in the second part of the practice in which we're going to go a little bit deeper in some seated postures. And we'll try to go back to our home base, which is kind of the goal of every yoga practice, I guess. For now, I introduce Marieke. She will help us with the postures, and she will be a perfect model today. So Marieke, come into child's pose. Knees out wide. You could let the upper body just fold forward in between the knees. Relax your face, relax the little muscles in the face. If you'd like, you could take your arms back to release your shoulders. Just take a moment to come home with yourself. So to arrive into the room, onto your mat, into your body. Our home is usually referred to as a house or a physical place. A place where we can be ourselves, where we can make strange faces, where we may look sloppy, where we can say nothing and just hang out and just be, without any pressure or social comparison. However, our home could also be, in a more abstract sense of the word, our refuge, our shelter, or even our deeper self. You could say a place of origin. Now, Marieke, just walk your fingertips forward, stretch your arms, and create a little longer spine. Take a deep breath up and down the spine. And then walk your fingers like spiders in front of you. Right, like that. And then slowly from there, take a deep breath in. Let your chest sink in between the knees, release. And then just roll yourself up. Come to sit onto your heels and bring the knees a little closer together, so they're kind of parallel. Bring your hands into your lap, a little bowl, and find a moment of meditation for yourself. Now, it is the aim of all yoga practices to bring us home. Home to the understanding that we have already what we need. A yoga mat is also a place where we can look weird and make strange faces and look sweaty and get smelly and put ourselves in all kinds of awkward positions. But most of all, a yoga mat can be a guide home. And sometimes when we could not feel further from home, yoga reminds us that we are already there and that we need simply awaken from our dream of separation. So let's come home to the breath and into our bodies. Slowly begin to deepen the breath a little more. Inhaling from the belly up into the chest. And then exhale, let the breath slide down the spine into the earth. Release the shoulders. Inhaling, filling up the lungs, expanding through the chest. And exhale, release. One more round like this. Deep inhale, fill up the lungs, and this time hold the breath in for a moment. Just have a look at the space that is there. And then relax and slide the breath down the spine. As you inhale, bring the hands to the heart in prayer. To open the class, we will do one time the sound of Om. Exhaling all the air, empty out the lungs. Take a slow and deep breath in. And bow the head down towards the heart. Now, open the eyes again, lift the head, and then make your way forward onto all fours. Spread the fingers, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, and then begin to lift the hips all the way up into the air, keeping the knees bent and focusing first on the length in the upper body. Let your head relaxed in between the upper arms, bring the shoulders down the back, and then spread the fingers, and from there find length all the way to the tailbone. Inhale, slowly come forward into a high plank pose, bring the shoulders over the hands. Now maybe step your feet a little bit back so you create that nice long line from the crown of the head through the hips towards the heels. Maybe sink the hips down a little bit, so a straight line. Exhaling, press back to dog, bend the knees again and lengthen the spine. Let's do that again. One more time. Take it forward to plank pose. Exhaling, stretch the hips up and back, come to downward facing dog. Now begin to pedal your feet down one by one. Stretching the legs, invite some energy into the back of the legs. And then slowly again, make your way forward into plank pose, one more round. This time exhaling the knees and the chest down to the floor. Elbows in. As you roll the chest forward and open, point the toes back, lift up into a baby cobra, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, tuck your toes under and stretch back into a downward facing dog. Slowly take a walk forward in between your hands. As you arrive there, fold forward, release the head and the torso over the knees. Bend the knees a little deeper and then take a big circle with the arms, reach all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, exhaling prayer towards the heart and close the eyes for a moment. Deep breath in. And again, come home. Deep breath out. Now, slowly raise the prayer up and overhead to full length. Exhale, dive down, touch the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen, come to a flat back. Exhale, step the right foot back and drop the right knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the torso, interlace the fingers behind your back, roll the shoulders open and lift the heart up. And exhale, sink a little deeper into the front knee. Inhale again, lift the collarbones up, reach, release your hands, place your hands next to your foot and step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly raise the right leg up and back behind you into the air. Exhale, slow step forward in between the hands to a low lunge pose. Press your feet down, circle the arms and the chest up to a crescent lunge. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to the floor. Inhale, step the right leg back, come to plank. Exhaling, low push up through the knees or chaturanga. Choose wisely here as you roll the chest open, lift to up dog or baby cobra. And then stretch back into a downward facing dog. Take a walk forward towards the front of your mat. As you arrive there, folding in, release the head. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Exhaling, prayer back towards the heart. Let's do that again on the other side. Raise the prayer up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the left knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the torso, arms behind the back, interlace the fingers now the other way. Roll the shoulders open and lift the heart up. Exhale, sink a little deeper into the front knee. Inhale, lift the collarbones up. Exhale, place your hands either side of right foot, stepping back in down dog. Inhale, slowly, left leg, breathe it up behind you into the air. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, circle the arms up, come to a crescent lunge. Exhaling, prayer back towards the heart, hands to the floor. Inhale, step the left foot back, come to plank. Exhaling, low push up, bend the elbows. Inhale, roll the chest open, lift the heart up. And exhale, come to downward facing dog. Stay for 3 full breaths. Inhale. Hips reach up. Exhale, melting the heart down. One more deep and full breath here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, release. Slowly now bend the knees. Look. Float, step or jump to the front of your mat. Lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Come to a full stretch. Exhaling, prayer back towards the heart center. Stay for a moment. Inhale and exhale. One more round, Surya Namaskar. Reach the prayer up. Exhale, forward fold, touch the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Come to a flat back. This time, exhale, step or jump back into a low push-up. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Now roll the chest open, lift the heart up. Exhaling, stretching back, downward facing dog. Right leg, breathe it up behind you into the air. Stepping the right foot forward in between the hands, low lunge. Press the feet down, circle the arms to a crescent lunge, lifting up. Exhaling, hands to the floor in one out breath. Step the right leg back and lower down through the knees or chaturanga. Elbows in, lift up to up dog or baby cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Other side, take the other leg up. Exhale now, slow step forward to a low lunge. Press the feet, circle arms and chest up, crescent lunge. And exhale slowly, hands to the floor, stepping back and lower down through the push-up your way. Inhale, roll the heart open, lift the chest. Exhale, stretch the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths again. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhaling. And then bend your knees. Look forward. Float, step or hop to the front of your mat. Lift the heart to a flat back and fold forward. Inhale. Press the feet down. Rise all the way up. Open the chest. Lift. And then prayer comes back to the heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Now, Marika, can you be here, awake and aware to the sensations in your body? Can you be with your breath? Can you be in this present moment? Can you find your way home? Release the hands next to your hips. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, circle the arms to the floor, bend the knees. Inhale, keep the knees bent, chest up, arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, sink a little deeper, wade into your heels. Stay for 1 full breath. Inhale, length into the upper body. Exhale, sink a little lower down. Now press the feet down, straighten the legs, lift all the way up and arch back if you like. And then dive down, touch the floor. Inhale, finding length, lift the heart flat back. Exhale, step or jump back to a low push-up. Come again to chaturanga. Inhale, roll the chest open, lift the heart up. And exhale, stretching back, downward facing dog. Right leg now, breathe it up and back into the air. Exhaling, step the right foot forward in between the hands, coming into a low lunge pose. And then drop a little deeper in your lunge. Lower the hips down. Take the left hand down, press the palm into the floor, and raise the right arm up, stacking the shoulders on top of each other, and shoot some energy up to the right fingertips. Inhale, stretch the back leg, push the back heel away from you. Exhale, bring the right hand down and turn the upper body all the way to the long left side of your mat. Turn the right foot in, fingertips on the floor, lift the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale. Now cross the hands towards the shoulders and cross the arms and take it forward fold and reach the crown towards the floor. Now slowly begin to lift all the way up. Keep the arms as you come up. And on the next inhale, take the arms overhead, spread the fingers. Exhale out, arms parallel, right foot forward, and then bend your front knee. Inhaling, 1 breath here, release the shoulders, keep the arms active. Exhale. Slowly from here, take the right arm overhead, left hand towards the thigh, reverse the warrior. And as you exhale, bend your front knee a little bit deeper. 1 more round. Inhale, look up at your right palm. Exhale, this time right elbow to inside of right knee. Slowly circle the left arm overhead, roll the shoulder back and lift the chest open towards the left side of the room. Exhale, 1 long line of energy from the left outer foot to the right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Both hands to the floor, either side of the right foot. Drop your left knee down. Inhale, lift up with the torso and the left arm. Lift up with the torso all the way. And then reach back with your right hand for your left heel. Stretch towards the right side of the room. You don't have to touch the heel. You can only reach. And now can you bend your front knee a little bit deeper, getting to the big stretch on the left side of the body. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Press the hands together in front of the heart and then roll the chest open towards the right side of the room. Optional, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee, straighten the leg. Exhale, stay for 2 more breaths. Revolved prayer twist. Inhale. Exhale, keep the front knee up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bring the hands back towards the floor. Step the right foot back on the plank. And as you exhale, bend the knees through chest and chin or chaturanga. Now roll the chest open, lift the heart up, roll the shoulders down the back. And exhale, tuck your toes under and stretch back to downward facing dog. Stay for a breath. Inhale, lengthen the upper body. Exhale, release. Slowly, left leg, breathe it up behind you. Let's go to the other side. Exhale, slow step forward, left foot in between the hands, low lunge pose, fingertips to the floor. Drop the hips a little. Now from here, press the right hand down and reach the left arm up, coming into the lunge twist. Left arm stretches out. Keep the back heel pushing away from you. Take 1 more breath. Inhale. And then slowly, when we exhale, the left hand down, come to the long right side of your mat, walk over, turn the left foot in. Lift up onto the fingertips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, cross the arms, take the shoulders and fold forward, release the crown towards the floor. Stay for a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the arms as you press the feet and lift all the way up. Take the arms overhead, stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, arms parallel. Bring the left foot forward, bend the left knee and come into a warrior 2 pose. And then stay for 2 more breaths. Inhale, finding length all the way towards the crown of the head. Exhale, release the shoulders, but keep the arms active. Beautiful pose. Stay for a full breath. And then slowly take it into a reverse warrior. Left arm overhead, right hand towards the thigh. Exhaling, if you can, you could bend the front knee a little more, but Marika is always into 90 degrees already, so stay for 1 more breath in. Exhaling now, take the left elbow to the inside of the left knee, roll the right shoulder open, right arm reaches overhead, and then stay for 2 more breaths, Parsva Konasana. 1 long line from the outer right foot all the way to the right fingertips. Now check if your breath is still even and steady, and if not, just come out of the pose a little bit more. Optional, the left hand, fingertips down inside the foot. 1 more breath here. And then both hands come back to the floor, either side of left foot. Turn the right heel up, drop the right knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift all the way up with the torso and the right arm. Strengthening and reaching. Exhale, reach back with your left fingertips towards your right heel. Other arm, Marika? Yes, that one. Did I say it wrong? No. Stretch the chest open. Drop the shoulder back. Maybe come a little deeper into the front knee, but keep it straight forward. It's a big stretch over the right side of the body. And as you exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Take the left hand on top of the right. Press the hands together and roll the chest open towards the left side of the room. 1 more full breath here. Now, if you can, you could tuck your back toes under and then straighten the back leg, lifting up into the balance. Just 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more last breath. You're doing good. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank pose, lower down through your push-up, keep the elbows in as you roll the chest open, lift the heart to an up dog or baby cobra, and then press back into down dog. And then from here, everybody bring the knees to the floor, a little wider than the hips, and drop your hips down to your heels. Release. Come back to your breath, regain your breath. Take a moment for yourself to digest that little sequence into your body. Sometimes, when we could not feel further from home, Yoga reminds us that we are already there and that we need simply awaken from the dream of separation, our dream of imperfection. So come back to your home base. Just feel your body. Come back to your breath and come home to just being here. Slowly come to sit back up onto your heels, bring the knees a little closer together. And again, take a moment here in meditation. Open the eyes again. Slide your hands forward, come to all fours. Now bring the knees about hip width apart, hands under the shoulders, and then stretch your right leg straight back. Flex your foot. Yeah, so flex your foot. So the right leg is about parallel to the floor. And from here, we're going to bring out the right leg to the right side of the room, and then we're pressing the outer right foot into the floor. Perfect. Inhale, press the right hand into the floor. Lift the left arm sideways and out. And exhale, coil the left arm under the right, coming down onto your left shoulder and the left cheek. And take about 4 deep and full breaths here to enjoy this delicious twist. So you see Mariken is now touching her left hand towards the right foot and is actually touching the foot, but for a lot of us, we're just reaching, and that's okay. If you need something under the shoulder, you could also use some padding, a pillow or a blanket under the shoulder to lift up a little bit. Make sure your left knee is straight under your left hip. One more breath here. Exhale, come back onto your hands. Lengthen the spine. Inhale now, press the left hand into the floor and begin to circle the right arm up, twisting open to the right side of the room. Spread the fingertips, shoot some energy up to the right fingertips. And then slowly from here, one more breath here into the stretch. Maybe roll the right shoulder open a little further back. And then come back with the right hand onto the floor and begin to move your left hip just behind your left heel, coming to sit. So take the left heel a little forward and then come to sit behind it. There you go. And if you'd like, you could take a forward fold here and stay for 3 breaths. Or you could just stay up onto the hands. Now if you're in the forward fold, flex the right foot towards the face, onto the heel, so you give your right leg a nice stretch. The back of the leg. One more breath here. And then slowly walk your fingertips towards your hips again, lifting up, coming to sit with the right leg out, your left sit bone just in front. No, right leg out. Just keep it out. There you go. Inhale. Bring the right elbow towards the inner right knee. And then circle the left arm overhead. Finding that stretch, and roll the chest open. And some of you can even reach with the left fingertips towards the right foot. Most of us, though, have the arm way up into the air. The essence of the pose is we're rolling the right shoulder under and the left shoulder back, so the chest opens. I'm going to stay for 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Slowly moving into a more deeper part of our practice. Creating a little bit more yin state of mind. Now, keep that left arm overhead, Mariken. Just bring the right hand towards the outer left knee. And then hold the knee and maybe use that as leverage to roll open a little more. Inhale, last breath here. And then when you exhale, Mariken, lift all the way up and take the left hand down next to your left hip. Now this time we're going to find a long spine from the tailbone up towards the crown of the head. And we're going to rotate the chest open towards the left side of the room. And this way we could help Mariken a little bit more. So lifting up through the spine, exhale. Maybe the shoulder goes back. Take your hand back a little bit more. Yes, like that. Inhale for length and exhale for space. And you could decide what to do with that space. Maybe you want to have a little bit more space for a deeper stretch. Maybe you want to have a little bit more space for breath or for more awareness, or all three. Just one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to press down with the left fingertips, and this time we're going to put the outer right foot into the floor, and we're going to lift our hips up, reaching the right arm overhead and just coming into the counter stretch here. So we're going to roll the chest open, maybe the left shoulder back a little more. Now breathe into the back of my hand, Mariken. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly come back onto your hips. Come down onto the floor. Bring the legs forward in front of you. Pick up the knees and balance onto your sit bones. Kind of look like this. Right? Inhale. Exhale. Now you could choose to hold your knees here. You could take the arms wide and open. You can even stretch the legs and then stay for 3 breaths here in Navasana, both pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Shoulders down the back. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, cross your legs, come to sit. Reach the arms overhead, take a full stretch. Exhale, land the hands in front of the knees, and then we're stepping, we're floating, or jumping back into a plank. Roll the chest open, lift the heart up, and then tuck your toes under and stretch back into downward facing dog. And again, we're going to drop our knees down all the way to the floor. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Yeah, you could come to child's pose for sure. And this time we're going to take the left leg back. So straighten the left leg behind you. Flex the toes, make sure it's straight and parallel to the floor. Inhale, long spine towards the crown of the head. Now we're going to take that left leg sideways and out. And we're going to put the left foot onto the floor, outer left foot pressing down. Inhaling, right arm reaches sideways, spread the fingers, and then we'll coil the right arm under, coming down onto the right shoulder and right cheek. And if you want, you could press down with your left hand in front of your face. This will intensify the pose a little more. Or you could just stabilize here. If you need to, bring something under that right shoulder, like a pillow or a blanket. And then stay for another deep and full breath, or 2 or 3 actually. Enjoying the practice. So always remind yourself, yes, you can challenge yourself. Yes, you can go deeper, but most important thing is that you really enjoy what you're doing. This will bring you closer to home. Coming back onto both hands. Keep the left leg out. Press the right hand down. This time circle the left arm up and roll the chest open towards the left side of the room. And if you like, you could take your left shoulder back a little more and turn it into a little bit of a back bend. Keep the outer left foot. She's doing it great. Pressing down into the floor. One more breath. Inhale. And then slowly exhaling, the left hand comes back down to the floor, and the right hip now moves just behind the right heel, coming down to sit. Now Mariken's already forward folding, and she's very flexible, so she can do this pose easily. And some of you might want to keep the arms a little bit more straight. Now you can walk your fingertips forward, Mariken, and remind yourself that long spine we did in the beginning of the class. Keep your head relaxed. Neck down, and just stay for one more deep and full breath. Of course, if you're doing this practice at home, you could stay longer as well. Dropping your heart. Right. Slowly walk your fingertips back as you lift up. And then this time we're going to bring the left elbow towards the inner left knee and the right arm overhead. So start with the left elbow, keep the legs as they are, and then reach that right arm overhead, roll the shoulder open. And the essence here is that we kind of roll that right shoulder back and the left shoulder under. And Marika, she can almost grab her foot, or she can actually grab her foot, which is for most of us a difficult situation. So you can also keep your arm way up into the air. Doesn't matter. You're still a good person. Keep breathing. Now slowly from here, we're going to keep the arm, and we're just going to bring the left arm all the way to the outside of the right knee. Using that as leverage to roll open a little more. And yes, you can lift up a little bit now. Inhale. Exhale. And even though it looks like we're almost doing nothing, it's actually pretty hot in here. And there's lots of things happening inside of the body. One more breath. Right hand comes down next to the right hip. Seated spinal twist. Lift the spine, lift up to the crown of the head, and roll the right shoulder back this time. 2 breaths here as a transition. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, finding space. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Now press the fingertips into the floor. Press the outer left foot. Lift the hips. And left arm reaches overhead. Heart opens. Stay for 2 breaths here as a counter stretch to all those forward folds and twists. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Keep the left leg straight. Maybe lift a little higher. And then slowly lower your hips down towards the floor. Stretch the legs forward in front of you. Take the feet slightly apart, so it's kind of hip width apart. I always think it's a little bit easier. When you go to Paschimottanasana, stretch the arms overhead, lengthen the spine, and then with a long spine, take a little bit of a forward fold until your back starts to arch, to round. And then from there, lower the hands where they go. And for some of you, that might be the knees, others the ankles or the outer feet or big toes. And then again, release your head and your neck. Bring your heart forward, not so much your head. Every pose, a little closer to home. Couple of breaths here. Maybe not so much tension, not so much pushing and pulling with the arms again, but more a yin attitude is helping here to balance our practice out. Now release the hands that you're holding on to and slide them forward as you lift up and out of the pose. Press the hands next to your hips down into the floor. Slide the hips forward so the knees become bent. Arms forward, parallel to the floor. And chin to the chest, kind of rolling yourself down in 3 breaths or so, all the way towards the floor. Yeah, you can come down all the way now. So relax. And gently lay your head down on the floor. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards your hips. And then knees into the chest. Bring the arms to the inside of the knees and grab the outside of the feet. Press the soles of the feet into the sky. Come into a happy baby pose. Closer to our place of origin, the place where we come from, our home base. Now from here, you're very welcome to add in a shoulder stand or any other pose you would like to integrate in your practice to complete your sequence today. But we're going to end with just bringing the heels together and the soles of the feet together, still holding on to the feet. And then let your heels come down to the hips so you feel your tailbone dropping down even more. Your root chakra towards the earth. And then slowly release the feet as you slide your legs gently forward, coming into Shavasana, your last pose. Now, just feel into your body. Feel if there's any places in the body you still feel tension, you're still feeling tight. And see if you can hold on to something and can let go a little bit more. Roll the palms open, the shoulders towards the floor. Drop your feet sideways and out. And then begin to release the little muscles in the face. Relax the jaw. Let the tongue rest in the lower jaw. Eyelids softly touch. Forehead is soft. Gaze towards your third eye. And your breath is finding its own way in and out of your body. Complete flowing free. There's a saying, tension is who we think we should be. Relaxation, though, is who we are. Close to our home base. Now slowly come back to the space around you. Begin to move your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. Deepen your breath. And when you're ready, begin to stretch the arms overhead. Take a big stretch and feel the space you've created in your little practice today. Take a deep and full breath in and out of your mouth to release. And then when you're ready, move the knees towards the chest. Take a moment to explore the space in your mind that is there. Maybe a little bit more peace, a little bit more stillness, a little bit more sense of home that you could take home with you today, if you aren't already home. Roll the knees over to the right side, and then use your left hand in a gentle way with the eyes still closed to lift yourself back up into a seat. Sitting up tall, still rested and relaxed. And bring the hands towards the heart. Ending with a beautiful quote from Ram Dass. We are all just walking each other home. May our practice give us clarity of mind, clarity in our speech, and openness in our hearts. Bow your head towards the heart. Open the eyes. Lift the head up. Namaste.